In this video, I'm going to be looking at the major differences between the Whoop 5.0 MG and the Apple Watch to help you decide which one is the best wearable for you. Now, I'm going to be covering every single difference in this video on which one you should really get and why, so feel free to use chapters down below. Now, to start it off with the design and aesthetics, the Whoop has a lot more slim and minimalistic design compared to the Apple Watch. And both of these wearables have customizable bands, so you can change the band, change the color and the material that you actually have for the wearable, but the Whoop on the other hand does not have a screen on it, whereas the Apple Watch does, potentially leading to distractions and a lot more of a do-it-all gadget. And another thing to note is the Whoop is only waterproof up to 10 meters. They're both extremely water resistant, but the Apple Watch on the other hand can go down to 50 meters underwater, which is significantly more waterproof, but there's no reason you're probably taking this 50 meters below the ocean unless you're going like scuba diving or something with a wearable on your arm. Now for the functionality and features, the Whoop actually offers a lot more focus on recovery, fitness tracking, and strain in general. It's basically less of a Swiss Army knife such as the Apple Watch is, with all of these different apps and features that it has to offer just on one little screen, whereas the Whoop actually just focuses and isolates on these fitness features, offering 24/7 HRV and fitness tracking, skin temperature, blood oxygen levels, and of course your VO2 max as well as your sleep tracking. And the Whoop actually has an AI integration such as a Whoop Coach, which you can actually use the data that it provides to have real-time feedback to improve your health metrics, whereas the Apple Watch only has like the fitness feature. And both of these devices have HRV, ECG, and blood oxygen levels. But one thing that the Whoop does not have is it does not have SOS or emergency calls or a touchscreen, so you can't really use it if you're trying to do anything else besides just look at it or adjust it on your wrist, whereas the Apple Watch on the other hand can be used for a lot more things and a lot more just seamlessly and faster, whereas this is just there not serving as a distraction but as a tool that you can actually access from your phone. Now when it comes to the accuracy of both of these devices, the Apple Watch and Whoop, the Whoop actually takes the data from you about 26 times per second, which compared to the Apple Watch is about twice as many times, so you have a lot more accurate data when it comes to the Whoop. Not that you do need to have it tracking your data 26 times per second, but the Apple Watch on the other hand does have a GPS, so if you were to go for a run or bike ride, you could actually use it to track your distance, whereas if you were to use a Whoop to do that, you would actually have to bring your phone because it has a GPS connected to it. Now it will detect all of your activities and has 24/7 heart rate detection and activity detection, so it will just detect any activities that you do, just like the Apple Watch. But battery on the other hand, Whoop is actually multiple levels ahead of the Apple Watch. You see, the Apple Watch's battery life is between 48 and 72 hours, which is a very short amount of time, just because it uses so much technology and has so many different features just on your wrist that you can actually use, including the touchscreen, which wears down a lot of the battery. So basically you have to charge the Apple Watch every 2 to 3 days, whereas the Whoop you can actually get by charging it only every 30 days if you were to just charge the watch by itself, and also just have this little charger which you can easily clip on the very top of it, so you can actually charge it anywhere and you don't need electricity. So if you're going camping or just off-grid completely, you could easily use this thing for 30+ days, which is actually insane compared to like every wearable on the market. Now when it comes to pricing, the subscription and cost, we actually have the Whoop that costs about $200 a year if you're having the basic subscription, $240 for the second level, which includes a few more health metrics as well as stress tracking, HRV, and just a lot more blood oxygen metrics, or the $360 Whoop MG, which is basically a extremely advanced health watch tracking metric, if that's even a sentence, that can actually track your blood pressure, blood oxygen levels, as well as use your clinical blood trials results to actually view more of your health data, and you can actually see your health span, which is basically your biological and chronological age, just through the features that it has on your wrist. And keep in mind the Whoop is on a subscription plan, so if you were to pay this about $300 per year, you would have to renew this every 12 months, or if you were to get the monthly subscription, you'd have to pay about $30 per month. Whereas the Apple Watch costs about $400 to $800, so it's one just upfront fee. You don't have to pay multiple times or every year. So if you were to buy the Whoop subscription for just a year to try it out, then it would be ultimately cheaper. But if you were to use a Apple Watch, let's say for a decade, then it would be significantly cheaper, but it really does depend on what features you're actually looking for. So if you are a serious athlete, fitness enthusiast, or biohacker biohacker, I would highly suggest the Whoop, which is personally me. But if you're more not into the extreme hyper obsessed with health and fitness and more of a tech person, personally you should go with the Apple Watch, which does have all the health tracking features. And the Apple Watch is basically for individuals that are just more of everyday daily protocols and just seeing like notifications on your watch, and less so the fitness thing that the Whoop actually has to offer. The best way that I've found to compare them is like Whoop is like a knife and the Apple Watch is a Swiss Army knife. Like it can do everything, but this is just super direct when it comes to health. So when it comes to pros and cons, the Whoop actually tracks your heart rate data and just data in general 24/7, has a long battery life, no monitoring distractions such as a screen on it, and advanced health tracking. But the cons of the Whoop are it requires your phone to actually view any of the data from your wrists, and the subscription can cost a lot of money over time just because you're paying it on a recurring basis if you continue to renew it. Now when it comes to the Apple Watch Pros, it has comprehensive health tracking, a GPS system, cellular data, and an app ecosystem, which is stuff that the Whoop does not have, but it does have significantly shorter battery life, such as 2 to 3 days, whereas the Whoop is 14 days. So if you're concerned about charging it a lot, then you should definitely go for the Whoop, or which is a small thing, but still. And the initial investment for the Apple Watch is extremely expensive at first. It can be up to $1,000, which is insane, but over time you don't have to pay for it again. So once you pay for it, you have all of the features for life. And the Apple Watch is a lot less targeted to these recovery metrics and just health metrics in general. And one more super cool thing that Whoop has is they actually have a free trial. So you can basically try out the brand for a month without paying a single dollar, and then you basically mail it back at the end of your free trial if you don't want to pay for the subscription, or you can continue and upgrade to the subscription, which all you need to do to get this free trial is you just need to type in Whoop free trial just on the internet. And when you type that in, you can actually just go to their official website right here, and you can actually see, we can click on join now or the unlock free trial option, which is just in the center of the screen right here, or you can use the $30 discount and free month that I actually have a link in the description for of this video. But for the free trial, you can use any Whoop for 30 days for completely free, no cost whatsoever, which is again super cool. So if that is a consideration, I would highly recommend trying that before you end up with either the Whoop or the Apple Watch. So the final verdict, you should go for the Whoop if you prioritize sleep, strain, and monitoring without distractions. It's more ideal for the athletes or people who want more advanced information and more accurate information when it comes to your health. And you should probably choose the Apple Watch if you want more multifunctional purposes such as fitness, health, communication, and functionality just all in one. And just a quick note, depending on which Apple Watch you can get, the Ultra actually has significantly more battery life than the series ones. So that's something to think about just when you're buying either or. And if you do end up getting one of them, you literally can't go wrong. Your life will be changed forever. And if you do want a $30 discount on either one of these wearables, feel free to use the link in the description down below for a $30 discount. And I sincerely hope that you found this helpful. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section below.